Hey guys, so I guess everybody has their resolutions for 2018, and the one that I decided to focus on specifically for the month of January is waking up at 5 a.m. and meditating as soon as I wake up. And it's been really interesting. I've had a daily meditation habit for about 6 months now. Type of meditation I do primarily is Vipassana. For those of you who don't know, it's basically just awareness meditation. You're trying to bring yourself completely into the present moment, and then anything that pops up around you, you just try to be aware of. So there's been instances where I've had like a car alarm start going off, and that just becomes the new object that I'm using to meditate with, and I'm just trying to be present with that car alarm going off or dogs barking. I just become present with that. And I meditate at work quite a bit on my lunch break, and it's funny because people ask me all the time, how do you meditate out in this noisy environment? Because I'm like in the middle of a city, and it's actually really easy because I constantly have all these objects to switch around, and it's just whatever the most predominant object is what you're using to keep you in the present moment. And of course, your thoughts are going to try to wander and things. But one of my teachers tells me all the time that his most important thing that he does every day, the most important habit he has, is to meditate daily as soon as he wakes up. So I decided to give it a try. Been doing it for a couple weeks now, and it's been really interesting. Usually I have a set time in the morning that I'll meditate. Usually it'll be after my commute. I'll find a quiet place at work and I'll meditate. And I thought that was a really good, fruitful practice, and it was for a while. But what I find when you meditate, usually my routine is I'll get up, go use the bathroom, so I'm not thinking about that the whole time that I'm on the cushion. And then I get back on the cushion and I'll meditate anywhere from like 15 to 25 minutes. And it's really amazing because when you wake up first thing in the morning and you haven't consumed any media of any kind yet, you haven't talked to anybody yet, your mind is in a really excellent state of just stillness to begin with. Of course, you're going to think, and it's not completely still, but it's in a much more, I guess, virgin state is the way I would put it, than it would be, like, say, after a morning commute where you've just dealt with a bunch of drivers on the road. So it's been really interesting just how much more relaxed my mind is. And then in my physical body, what I've noticed it's been awesome is, when you're sitting up straight in a good pose, I feel like my back, my spine, I can feel things just kind of popping and relaxing over those 20, 25 minutes or so. And I feel so much better. Like it's a much better way to start the day. I don't have all this tension in my shoulders and stuff. So usually what I'll do is I'll do a quick body scan starting at the top of my head, and I'll go down and I'll soften my eyes, try to soften my jaw, go down into the chest, down in my arms, and then I'll really take a lot of time and try to be aware of any tension that I have in my shoulder, my back, hiding my shoulder blades, things like that. And it's not like I'm actively moving while I'm meditating, trying to pop stuff or anything like that. It's just as my body slowly relaxes in and my breath kind of stabilizes, I'm starting to notice that my spine is kind of making these little adjustments on its own. It's really cool. And then I'll just continue with the body scan all the way down into my legs, into my feet, trying to be really aware of the contact points of my butt and my ankles on the cushion itself. One of my other teachers is really big on using the body to bring yourself into the present moment, because your body is always in the present moment. So if you just take some time to be aware of your body and really feel the floor underneath you, all those crazy wandering thoughts, you come right back into center. And even if it's only for a few moments, that's the point. So it's just been a great practice. It's really been helpful to meditate first thing in the morning. I'm not reading any blogs. I'm not, opening any books or anything like that. Just don't meditate first thing in the morning. But yeah, so that routine usually starts with a body scan. I'll usually do that for about 10 minutes or so. And then I'll go into just watching the breath, which I have the hardest time with. That's the most difficult thing for me is watching the breath. I have a tendency to want to control the breath, and I've slowly gotten away from that over time. But I'll try to watch the breath, and I'll usually do that. If I can do that successfully for 5 minutes and really focus on that, I'm having a great day. So that's definitely the most difficult thing. So usually I'll kind of focus on the breath, and then once I lose that, I'll go back to the body, and I'll kind of rinse and repeat. Now, I use Insight Timer on my phone, which is a great app if you haven't used it before. It's free. And the great thing about Insight Timer is that instead of having this horrible alarm blasting at you to like bring you out of your meditation, it has like a couple of different ringtones, like bells, basically like the Tibetan bowl type bells, or what I use. And you can also set it to have interval bells, which is nice. So like 10 minutes in, I have a bell. Another 10 minutes in, I have a bell. And it's great because when your mind starts wandering, that'll bring you back into the present moment as well. And when those bells ring, the tone goes just like a normal Tibetan bowl would, where it has this ringing tone for many, many, many seconds. So I'll just follow that sound down until I can't hear it anymore, and I'll use that to bring me back in the present moment. So yeah, right now I've got one bell at 10 minutes, one bell at 20 minutes, and then that last 5 minutes of meditation I'll usually take to do metta, which is like a loving kindness meditation, which is really awesome if you haven't done it before. You're basically trying to bring your energy into your heart space, and you're repeating phrases to yourself like, may all beings be free of suffering, may all beings be free of the causes of suffering. And I'll usually start there, and then I'll go to somebody that I have a lot of love and affection for, and I'll imagine them in my mind, and whatever I feel that they need at the moment, I'll try to take time and just send that energy out to them, and then sometimes I'll go, if I have somebody that I've been having a lot of difficulty with, maybe even somebody I don't know that just pissed me off, and I'll try to send some loving kindness meditation out to them as well, as best as I'm able to. Sometimes that's not always easy, but just try to actively expand the compassion. And I've noticed after doing this for several months that you can actually expand your capacity for compassion. Like, I didn't think that was possible until I started doing metta on a regular basis. And then the last part of metta, I'll usually throw that energy back into myself, just kind of accepting myself, and just whatever I feel I need at that time, I'll try to put that energy back into myself. And it's been a really wonderful practice in the morning. I feel definitely a lot less reactive, which is really the point of meditation, to be more responsive. So you're consciously responding to external stimuli versus just having a low-level reaction to things. And it's just been awesome. So I just want to share that with you guys, how that was going. Waking at 5 a.m. has been a struggle. I was doing great till the last couple of days, and I've got a 3-day weekend right now, so I knew it was going to go down the tubes. I just knew it. But on my work week, I've been doing great at getting up at 5, and it's actually gotten to the point where once my body has gotten used to it after a couple of weeks, I'm kind of springing awake at 5 on its own. So that's really cool. And I do not consider myself a morning person by any means, so it's my body. You can adapt to anything, so it's really awesome. But anywho, just wanted to share that with you guys. Might do more videos on meditation as I learn more, but right now I just wanted to share that with you all. So, thank you.